Now, a keen eye for a sharp image is essential in the world of professional photography, but someone who bucks that trend is Edan Chapman, who you just saw. He has less than 10% vision and is profoundly deaf.
Edan's work is in big demand and it's part of this year's DeafBlind Awareness Week campaign, and it's a delight that he has joined us in the studio along with his interpreter, Dennis. Edan, thank you very much for coming in. It's delightful to have you. Now, you have got some amazing work on show, and it is quite remarkable what you are able to achieve. Tell us how you go about doing your work.
Well, I think it's interesting because the camera is quite similar. I can see this much. It's like a tunnel vision. And with a camera, I can see the same image. So it's almost like showing the world what I really see.
And do you find that that's been able to be a way that you can express yourself as well, that you otherwise might not have? And
that's right.
And so tell us about your work. We're going to see some images on the screen now, and tell us what type of work that you try to deliver.
Well, every camera has its own personality, really. So my photography has grown over the years from different camera to different camera. At the moment, I'm really focusing on landscape and portraits. I do a lot of contract work, and that's a challenge for me. It's expanding my work, which I love, and it's really good.
So now we're seeing a photo here of, I think it was the competition winner here, and we'd love you to describe,
right.
As you said, that image that you see. How much do you actually see? Because you're saying you only see 10% of an image.
Well, that was at a gig that I went to, and the lights were very challenging for me because of all the bright lights hitting my eyes, and that image is all I could see. And that image, once I'd printed that image off, I put that in for the competition. And it's a true representation, really, of what I can see.
Now, do you see yourself as a role model?
Well, yeah, I think most of the time, yes. I try my best. That's all I can do. I've had bad days, just like everybody does, but I try to remember that there are people out there in the world that are worse off than me, you know, that can't see. I can still see, and I just try my best. That's where my inspiration comes from.
And Edan, this is part of the reason you've got involved in this Awareness Week, because you really want to make a difference for other people who aren't as lucky as yourself and often, you know, really struggle with coming to terms with being deaf or having sight issues.
Absolutely.
And who's given you support? Who's provided you with inspiration to become an accomplished artist?
Well, family, number one, you know, and I thank them and respect them for that. Plus, there's an organisation called Able Australia who give a lot of support. They help us access information. But really, in the end, it's up to the individual to make the move, to find out what they can achieve. It's part of a mixture, really.
Which is wonderful. Where can people find out more? Give us a website address and we can direct them and help them as well.
There is a website. It's www.ableaustralia.org.au. And on that website, there's a lot of information, and I think that's a good starting point.
And continued success. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and thanks too to Dennis.
Thank you.
You need say no more than that.